Hello all, as you can see I'm still very much on the road and I feel like I've stepped back in time at the moment as I'm struggling with poor internet connectivity as I travel about. It's like I'm back to using those old dial-up modems from the late 90s, although in truth things are a lot better than that. 4G isn't that bad. Those pre-broadband days really taught me to be highly conscious of the download size of any website that I built. And my recent experiences has reminded me of how important it still is today. An enormous number of sites that I'm trying to use while on the road requires an age to load, if they load at all. It's pretty eye-opening if I'm honest. My situation isn't unique either. Sure, the number of people that have no access to broadband is rapidly shrinking, but the number of people on mobile devices is skyrocketing. And they're not always on Wi-Fi, and they don't always have 5G. Not that mobile access is the only reason to slim down your bloated website. There are other motivators too. For a start, how fast your website loads is going to directly impact your conversion, as I covered in a post that I released back in 2017 on the importance of performance. In that, I say that a 1 second delay in load time can cause a 7% drop in sales and 11% less page views. That makes improving the performance of your website one of the most important ways of improving your conversion rate. Then, of course, there's the impact of performance on search engine rankings. Google has made no secret that they favour fast-loading websites, especially on mobile devices. So the faster your site, the more likely people are to find it, consume your content, and then act. And that's a potent combination. Yet many websites are still painfully slow. And that's partly because nobody but developers really cares about code and, by extension, performance. Senior management in particular will pay happily for a new pretty design, but they don't understand code and so they largely ignore it. However, it has to be said, probably the biggest culprit in bad performance are marketers and designers like us, who are often responsible for those large bloated websites. And that's because we love our video backgrounds, our custom fonts, our hero images and JavaScript driven animation. In the name of engagement and brand recognition and design delighters, we weigh our websites down with bloat when all users want our answers to their questions and to complete their tasks as quickly as possible. Look, please don't misunderstand me. Design does matter. In 2013, I used the example of slot machines to explain that user interaction lacks engagement without good design. However, we need to balance this against the user's desire to get the job done as quickly as possible. So the next time you work on a design, I would encourage you to include performance as one of your considerations. Performance is not just the responsibility of developers, and that's a really important point to emphasize. They can't correct your mistakes any more than a personal trainer can make you thin if you keep shoveling down the cake.